Gonna be getting set up here while waiting for you guys to come into the building, just a tad bit early. Let's see. We have construction going on in the background, so yes, that's probably the beeping sound. You guys can hear it if you guys can hear it. So let's see. How do I find this? Let me make and check sure. Okay, mic is on. Where is it at? Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Hi guys. Trying to find out how I can see my chat right now. Wrong button. There we go. Put it on that. Hey, let's talk news. You new news. That's gonna work with me for a second. Hey, Lakendra, how are you? First people in the building. So, I'm just only a few minutes early, but barely made it, okay? Barely made it. So, I'm just popping up some of the things I'm gonna be talking to you guys about today on the screen. So, my son has his phone today, so when I show you guys things, I'm gonna try to show it to you on my computer until I can get the live stream going. So let me make sure I have, okay, I want to talk about this one, not this one, not this one. That can go, which one is this? Okay, that one, and there's one more I wanted to pull up for you guys. So I had them all up here, but I guess when I rebooted my computer, it knocked all of them off. So there's one more I wanted to pull up for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the new charges with Teresa, because you guys know that's mostly what I was covering was the Samuel Olsen case. And yeah, her charges came out about 2 days ago. Was going to come on yesterday, but things went crazy yesterday. Family emergency, so had to take care of that. So we're here today, okay? We're here today. So that's all that matters. So let me pull up the last clip that did not pop up. And then we're ready to go. All right. There we go. What is it? I believe it's, no, that's the one I already have. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pop this one up. And let's put that one on silent. So I won't just start playing like in the middle of me talking. It's hot out here, guys. It's hot. It's been getting hotter and hotter out here. Okay, let's put this on pause. And if you watched my little clip letting you guys know that I was gonna come on, you probably have already seen this one. But for the ones that didn't, I'll play this one and 2 others about Teresa. So let me pop back on and see what you guys are saying. Let me see who's in the building today. We got You New News, Lakendra, Mary, hello. We got Zena, we got Sugar Mama, hello. We have Christina, how are you? Let's see. Yep, so those are the people we have in the building. I believe we're right on time, so we'll have people popping up in and out. I don't know how to get it to where your guys' comments just pop up, because sometimes it asks me, do I want to put the comment up? And I don't know why that is. So if your comment does not pop up right away, it's probably because it gave me a message in the bottom of the box. Hi, sweet pea, how are you? And so then I'll have to wait till I get to that point to press show the message. So that's why I believe in one of my beginning lives, I kept saying, why did someone's question get deleted? But I don't even know how to do that yet. So it was not me. But when I got to the bottom, I seen their comment and I didn't press show. So that's what happened. Oh, LaKendra, you said it's like 114 degrees. And I'm complaining about this, but it's like humid. I believe you said you're in Las Vegas, so you guys got that dry heat. I could deal with that. But the humidity, I'm like, ugh. I'll be back out there though. Doing it slowly, but gotta move back. I really don't like California. California's crazy. Everywhere is crazy, but California it's a lot going on here. So let's see. I was looking at a couple of videos, and one that caught my attention was what is his name? Tim Miller. And he said he knew from the very beginning that Teresa was lying. And he also said that when she was telling the story, he kept telling Dalton, like, no, Dalton, she has something to do with this. You need to look more into it, because I have a feeling she has something to do with this. It's not making any sense. And so Dalton's, he's going along with his fiance, girlfriend, whatever. And he kind of like brushed it off. But Tim said once he started putting pressure on her, really asking questions, she was kind of shutting down. So he said he really got a bad feeling about her. And once he started like asking more questions, putting pressure on her, she like started acting a little bit weird, and that's when she left. So it is true, when they were looking for Samuel, and she told the original, her first story was some guy came and took Samuel. So that's why EquiSearch got involved with the search of Samuel, when that wasn't the case. So he said he knew that she was telling a story. Yes, LaKendra, the EquiSearch guy. Yeah, because they were the first ones there talking to her, and her original story wasn't the mom and the grandma. Wait, the mom and the police officer came to pick up the boy. That was not her first story. Her first story was he got abducted. So that's why EquiSearch was involved. And if you see the first video of the guy from EquiSearch, Tim Miller, talking about it, he was like, I had a bad feeling about it from the beginning. LaKendra, no, Sugar Mama says her looks say it all, crocodile tears. Right, and they crocodile tears completely, because she's like on his shoulder, on the side, trying to bury her face. She knows she didn't have tears for that little boy at all. And then when they did her interview where it just was her face, and she was like, yeah, he called me super mom and all that stuff. No emotion from her. She didn't look sad, nothing. So I was just like, I just felt like something was off from the beginning. I was just like, she did it. She has something to do with it. She was the last person with him. She picked him up from school. Then all of the different stories that came out after, it just solidified what I thought. I was just like, no, this is crazy. Hey, Shay Works by Faith. Thank you for joining me. We're just going over some of the things with Teresa Balboa, and then we'll lead up into her current charges. I'm not planning on staying on for 3 hours today, almost 4. I'm just gonna get like to the basic things, and we'll talk about it. We'll have some questions and opinions and things like that, but not 3 or 4 hours. Not today. Not today. So yeah, Mary Martinez says pure evil, that woman. Yes, and I wonder how, it's a bad thing to wonder, but I just wonder, like, what was her motive, and how is she really as a person? Because for her not to have her son got taken away from her and her 2 daughters. Now you're with your fiance's whatever son, and then you go pick him up from school. You act like, you know, you want to be this great mother, and then in your care he meets his demise. I don't understand her thinking. I don't know if she wanted more than just to be engaged to him, or does she really want the family that she never really got to have. But from my understanding from these men, she was very abusive to them, abusive to the children, and that's why they left. So this is nothing new. And she had the open what is it called? A restraining order not to be able to be around Dalton. And if they were to follow that, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, because she was hitting on him. So I feel bad for Dalton, but it's like, you were not supposed to be around her, and you shouldn't have your child around her if you've seen how evil she is. Sugar Mama says she meant evil, gorilla mom, jealous big time. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that she was jealous of baby Samuel because of his relationship with his dad. And like I said before, everybody that lived in the house before he went to Teresa's house, everybody that lived in that neighborhood when he was staying at his friend's house with Samuel, said you had to see both of them together. You never seen Dalton without Samuel. You never seen Samuel playing outside by himself, anything like that, unless you seen Dalton. And they all said that they seen him walking him to school every day. When they would come outside and say hello, Dalton always had baby Samuel with him. So I just felt like she wanted more attention, and I feel like she is an attention seeker. When she doesn't get her way, she lashes out, and she's been getting away with it for this long. So it's like, why do I have to obey anybody? Why do I have to obey any laws? So yeah, no. Mary Martinez says, I wonder what kind of childhood she had. I do too. I was trying to look into her mom. Sorry guys, I'm hot. I was trying to look into her mother, but her mother is really not speaking on anything. And Teresa threw her mom in there. So I don't know if she was actually there when she said she was on her way to take her mom somewhere, or if she just threw her mom in the mix, because her mom's not really saying anything. So I've been looking her up, but she's not really saying anything. But her childhood would probably bring out a lot more. But if you look at her pictures, you'll see she started having kids from young. She's not that old. I believe she's 27. She's not that old, and she, 3 kids already? So I'm not saying that's a bad thing for anybody that has multiple children at a young age. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's not, definitely, if you are mature enough to handle that situation. I'm saying when I was 27, I wasn't thinking about no kids. I didn't want to have any kids. I was out partying, living my life. Even when I had my son, I didn't feel ready. But when you have your child, to me, it opens up a different mentality. And I don't feel like she got that motherly instinct to her. I feel like she had her kids so young that when she started having more kids, she didn't have that, what is it called? Like that mother's intuition, that mother's love, that it just changes you when you have a kid. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I just don't feel like she got that bonding experience. So that's why she really doesn't care that she doesn't have her kids. And I can't say she doesn't care, but from when her ex with the 2 daughters were telling her, come up here, spend time with the girls, she didn't want to. But when she committed this crime, she got on the phone and was calling him, hey, can I come up there? Can I come up there? At that point, he was done. He was like, no, you can't come up here. And he said he felt like she only wanted to come up there to escape what she had already done. which we know she was trying to escape from it because she said she was on her way to Louisiana with the baby's body. So that says a lot. News says abusive, yes. LaKendra says, I bet she learned to keep her hands to herself now. You know what? She walks in these courtrooms and she doesn't even have a look of embarrassment or shame or anything. She's just kind of going through the motions. So I don't know if it's really hit her yet, or she thinks her looks are going to get her out of it, because it seems like that's what she used all these times before. So I don't really think it has hit her yet. Like, girl, you're going to be spending the rest of your life in there. I don't know. Sugar Mama says she doesn't have a choice. No, at this point, she does not have a choice, because we all know in the beginning, for those that don't know, she got, what was it? She got tampering with a corpse or a body. And what was the second one? Wait a minute, let me see. She got tampering with a corpse, and why can't I think of it right now? I'm like drawing a blank. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But they basically got, and I think moving a body or something like that. Can't think of it right now. But she did get tampering with a corpse. And so did Benjamin and Dalen. And so she got arrested on the 1st. And Benjamin got arrested on the 23rd. And then on the 24th, Dalen got arrested. Yes, okay, I got that down. So they got arrested kind of back to back and pretty quickly. So they all got the tampering with evidence and moving a corpse. And so I was like, whoa, are they not going to be able to get her on murder charges? So recently, and that's what I wanted to be talking about, was they went on ahead and they charged her with capital murder. And I was just like, yes, she's not getting away with this one. So her being charged with capital murder, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think she will receive the death penalty, or do you think they're going to kind of stall her out on that? Because from what I see, her behavior has not changed. And she just feels like she can act out when she wants. So do you guys think they're going to go... Wait, first of all, how do you guys feel about her getting capital murder versus first-degree murder? How do you guys feel about that? While you guys are thinking, I'm going to go ahead and check these comments real quick. Shay Works by Faith says, I believe the signs were there. Dalton should have known not to leave his child with her because she didn't even have her own children. Yes, Shay, that's a big red flag. But with her being as manipulative as she is, did he know? Did he even know that she didn't have her children? Did he know she had children? Is the first question. And if he did he know the reason why she didn't have her children? And since he was being hit by her, did he know that she was also abusive to her other partners in the past? So that leaves that question. Shay Works by Faith says, I definitely wouldn't let her keep her children after she assaulted. Yes, after she assaulted him, why would you let her pick your kid up from school and then give you all these runarounds onto why you couldn't talk to him, why you couldn't come pick him up, why you couldn't see him, why any of that? That would have been a red flag for me right then and there. I would have had to go to her house, knock on her door and say, where's my child? I need to see him. Because if she could do that to him, that's a little boy. She could do anything she wants. Mary Martinez says, I think Dalton needs to be in jail too. He put his child in danger, which cost that poor baby's life. That's very true. I feel like he needs some type of, if this isn't the wake-up call he needed to get himself straight, he definitely needs to do a few months, get yourself together, see that what you're doing is not the right path to go down. And yeah, to me, he needs to do a couple of months. I mean, that shouldn't hurt. Do the couple months, figure things out. You have some dealings with this just as much as they do, because you knew you weren't supposed to be around her. So there has to be some kind of consequence for that. Christina says, what's the difference between the two? In Scotland, and I don't know how it works you're in Scotland and you don't know how it works in the US. Okay, first degree murder, and don't quote me on any of this. First degree murder, I know, is just like an intentional homicide, like where you intentionally mean to harm someone. You intentionally mean to take someone's life. Capital murder is when there is, I'm trying to look for the word, where there is aggravating factors to the murder, to where, like, if the person suffers, if you put the person through pain, if anything like that, that's just not out of the ordinary of you just walking up and just, okay, you shot somebody or you stabbed somebody. Like when you go to the extreme and do things that shouldn't be done. I'm going to actually look up both of those and I'm going to let you know what it says. But that's basically what it is. It's when there's more aggravating factors to the murder is what capital murder is. If there's not any of that to it and it was just flat out you intentionally meant to do the killing, you get first degree. So I'm actually going to look that up right now. First degree murder versus capital. So I can give you guys the correct information. Still haven't found my glasses, guys, so I'm like, okay, hold up. Okay, so it says murder is a homicide that is the illegal killing of another person. Capital, so that's what that is. Capital murder is first degree murder with special circumstances. That makes the crime more egregious. These cases can be punishable by life without parole or death. So, like I said, first degree murder is just the illegal killing of another person. Capital murder is when there are special circumstances surrounding the crime and the crime is more egregious than it needs to be. So when people go out of their way to either dismember a body or, you know, put a person through agony with like suffocation or things like that, you know, how wrapping and all the things they did. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but I don't want to get in trouble, but that's what that is. Let's see. Sugar Mama. Oh wait, you're not talking to me. LaKendra says, I think he needs drug rehab because I think this situation has hurt him tremendously. It probably can lead him down a downward spiral. I do think that. So I did say in another video that yes, I do feel like he needs some type of psychological help and someone to talk to, because when things like this happen, and I don't believe he thought this would ever happen because of all the witnesses and how they talk about him, nothing was said that was bad about him or about his child. So I don't think he meant to put him in harm's way. But with the cloudiness of, and this is allegedly, I don't know if he's on drugs, but if that is a factor, that would speak a lot to why he kind of didn't pay attention to red flags. Shay Works by Faith says, Teresa needs life in prison. She needs to think long and hard about what she did to Samuel. She's getting life in prison regardless, I feel, because she already admitted to it. So there's no going back from that to me. You were found with the baby's body. I'm sure her DNA is all over the tape, is all over the bin, is all over the bags, is all over his body. She was the last one with him. And from the text messages, nail in the coffin. What else do they need? They have too much. You got her statement. You're going to have physical evidence. You're going to have forensic evidence. You're going to have her statement, Benjamin's statement when he got home and he seen the lifeless body of Samuel, there's too much for her not even able to get life without parole. I believe that's going to be the lightest sentence, and that's if she makes a deal with them. But that's the only way I think she's going to get off of death row. Let's see. Mary Martinez says Samuel's mom wants him in jail. I will be playing her recent press conference when they asked her to talk about how she feels about the charges that Teresa got, because in her first press interview she's like, I don't want to talk to the press, I don't want to talk to anybody until my son gets justice. So I feel that's why she decided to talk again. So I will be playing that for you guys so you guys can hear that. Union News says she has capital murder, so I think she's definitely in prison for life. Or whatever you said after that. Yeah, I believe that too. There's no getting out of the life in prison. I mean, it's out of our hands at this point. Candy Richardson. Hey, Candy, how are you? What about the roommate? How much time should he get? How much time do I feel he should get? Or how much time are they giving him? Because he hasn't had his hearing yet. I feel like he should have said something from the beginning. When he first, even before he seen the body, he knew that the baby was not alive. He should have had the police meet him at the apartments. He could have went and knocked on the door and had them come right behind him. We need a welfare check over here, and I don't want to be involved in none of this, but she told me this. You guys can check this message. So you guys can, I'll knock on the door and y'all can come from behind me. So I feel like he needs to take responsibility. I believe he should have nothing less than 10 years. Nothing less than 10 years. Anything less than that, to me, justice has not been served. Because that even seems like that doesn't seem like much to me either. Because he went and bought the supplies. Before that, he helped her move the body. Then he went and bought the supplies. He helped transport the body to the storage. All this time, you had time to think. I'm going to say, see, I'm going higher and higher in my head, y'all. You know, maybe she manipulated. 15. That's the lowest I'm going to give him, 15. Let's see. Sugar Mama says, I think life. He is as guilty as she is. He had more than enough time to call the police. Sugar Mama, are you talking about Benjamin? Or are you talking about Dalton? Because I don't believe Dalton knew. With all the research I did, and I was kind of skeptical, I don't believe he knew that his son was gone. So, and even from the Tim Miller statements, I don't believe he knew that. I really think that he thought she was with him and not knew what happened. So yeah, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Dalton? Or are you referring to Benjamin when you say he's as guilty? He had more time than enough to call the police. Let's see. Candy Richardson. So whatever they give her, him, I'm sorry. He said nothing. So whatever they give her, give him. I'm sorry. He said nothing. Okay. So Candy Richardson is saying whatever they give her, they should give him, because he had, he didn't say anything. So, oh well. But when they did, I'm not sure if did he turn himself? I believe he turned himself in and gave all the information. So I commend him on that. He didn't have to say anything. He could have went and pled the fifth. I don't know what happened. I had nothing to do with it, even though he really couldn't do that, because they had him and her going into the storage facility with the tote in the back. They have both of them picking it up, putting it in the storage unit, coming out and driving off. So I don't know if it was clear enough for them to specifically pinpoint that it was him, but they knew it was his truck. From the statements he said, I mean, it's throwing them, they don't really need anything else. Mary Martinez says, they treated that baby like trash after he was deceased. horrific. He needs many years for helping her. Yeah, to me, I was saying 10, but I was like, that sounds, 10 years go by like that. I mean, quickly. That's not enough time. Now, if he went, seen the situation, kind of like, I don't know how crazy Teresa is, kind of like, you know, okay, I'll help you real quick. Okay, you know, help move him. And then, hey, I got to go to the store real fast. He had time to think when he went to the store. No. He slept in that house with that baby in the bathtub for how many days? No. Mm-mm. To me, that's insane. I don't know how you can sleep in the same room, let alone house, apartment complex, neighborhood, with knowing there's a dead body close to you. I couldn't. I don't even like being close to cemeteries, and I know it's supposed to be a place of peace, but to me, just eerie feeling. New says, yes, that's what makes it so horrible. Yeah, that it makes it more horrible that he had more than enough time. What if little baby Samuel was not dead and they just thought he was? They could have at least given him that chance to call the ambulance. And Benjamin knew Teresa wasn't going to do that, so he should have escaped the situation, called them and say, hey, there's a little boy over here, he's not breathing, can you guys come and assist us? Then I would have been like, okay, he did what he needed to do. But he didn't even do that. Let's see. Christine Peterson says, thanks for explaining that. She deserves to get life, preferably doing hard labor. Yeah, I am not really one for the death penalty, so I'm going to just say my opinion on the death penalty. Yes, the life in prison without parole. I'm completely down with that. But death, to me, I'm not really for the eye for an eye. Like, I feel like she took that little boy's life, and to me, death would be the easy way out. No, I want you to sit there. I want you to struggle. I want you to deal with this and have this thought linger in your head for the rest of your life, that this is the reason why your life went the way it went. If you get the death penalty, you get some feel-good medicine, you just lay there, it calms you down, before you know it, you're out. No, that's not what Samuel had to deal with, so she shouldn't have to deal with that either. You know what? Some of the punishments they did back in the days were crazy, but some people, I just feel like, hey, I wish you were doing this back then, because it makes no sense to me. LaKendra says, why did they move him from the storage unit? So this is what I gather from why they were moving him from the storage unit. Tim Miller said he started putting pressure on her. Matter of fact, after I'm done explaining this, I'm going to play it. He was putting pressure on her because he did not believe what she was saying. And with that, he was just like, Dalton, she's lying. Within a couple of hours, she had someone come get her, or she left and went to the storage unit. That's when she called Dylan to come help her move the body, because she was going to move the body to Louisiana. So that's why I felt like she was feeling the heat. She was like, okay, no, I got to go move this body. She knew that they would be looking deeper and deeper into her. But she just made herself even look more guilty. Girl, bye. And Sugar Mama says, okay, the so-called roommate. Yeah, the roommate, ex-boyfriend / current boyfriend / whatever she wants to call it. Yeah, I do feel like he had more than enough time. So I agree with you on that. Mary Martinez says, cold-blooded people. Yes, in this world, like, I don't know. I keep saying, is it just because of social media we're seeing it more? Or are we really spiraling downhill at this fast of a rate? I don't know. Hey, Nene Knows, how are you? Thanks for joining us. What active dad not sees his son for a month, no calls, at least talk to his son? Now, Nene, I don't know if you've seen any of my other lives, but I'm going to explain this. I think why this happened was because she's a master manipulator. I believe from sources and, information that I've gathered, that she told him that she was having her and little Samuel stay at her house because they were under quarantine because of the coronavirus. So that's why he was comfortable with talking to him on the phone and hearing him in the background and things like that. I don't think he knew that what she really was doing to him. So he's believing her. This is his fiance. If you look at where he lived on the map to where she lived, I don't believe he had a car. She had the car. And so he couldn't just get right to her and see his son and then go back to his house and have to go to work. I don't believe that he had that much access. Okay, we have Ubers, we have all that, but he's being brainwashed by this woman. And she's saying, oh no, I'm taking care of him because, you know, we're on quarantine. But she knew after a while she had to say something. And I believe that he was pressuring her to come get his son. And that's when she made up the whole, oh, well, his mom came and got him. So I don't know. Oh, some guy came and got him. So that's why I believe that he didn't see him for a month. So, okay. Hey, Miss Dee, thank you for joining us. She says, if he had nothing to do with the death, he should not be sentenced to life. Teresa, let me say that over. If he had nothing to do with the death, he should not be sentenced like Teresa, but an accessory after the fact for sealing the child in the container and moving it. You deserve 15 to 25 years, period. Yes, I originally said 10, but once I got thinking about it, I was like 15, no less. So yeah, he needs to be doing a semi-life, okay? Candy Richardson says, I don't believe in the death penalty, but OMG, people are sick. Yeah, I don't know how much I believe in the death penalty. I really do feel like it's, yes, I feel like them having to think about dying day by day. Yes, that really messes with their mental. But to actually put someone to death, to me, that would be having me play God, and that's not my position at all. I don't feel like one killing should need to let another killing, because it's a domino effect. No, that person because a killing affects multiple people. It's just not going to affect Teresa. It's going to affect Teresa, her family, her kids, anybody involved in her life. So to me, that's going to be hurting her kids. At least her kids can go and see her. No one can go see baby Samuel. So I don't want to hurt more people in a situation like this. I say life without parole. I'll be good. So let's see. Let me scroll down. Unu News, Louisiana of all places. She lucky I didn't catch her first. Unu News, yeah, we know you in Louisiana. I told you she was coming to your neck of the woods. She was going to come bring little Samuel up there. I believe what she was going to do was try to put him in like the swamps or something like that and let him go that way. But she's just gruesome to me. Like to see a lifeless body, much less a child's lifeless body, and just take him from the tub to the bed, from the tub to the bed, to wrapping him up. I can't see that. I mean, stuffing him in a bin, carrying his body like it's nothing in a container, tossing it in the back of the truck, go put it back in the storage. Oh, I gotta go pick him up because they're getting on to me. Get him and just nonchalantly tell the police, oh, I was on my way there. I was on my way to Louisiana with the body. Yes, something's wrong with her. Something's definitely wrong with her. Sugar Mama says he was in denial. Yeah, I think he just, because when I first seen her, I was like, she's not that attractive, but she could doll up real nicely, okay? And I feel like we all can do that, because we can all have our rough days, but she dolls up real nicely. So I believe he was blind by her looks, and he didn't want to believe what was in front of him. And what was in front of him was a brick wall, and he just failed to see that, and now his son is not here. LaKendra says, only when kids are involved, I believe in the death penalty. I just don't want to play God. I don't want to be responsible for anybody's demise. So if someone else chooses it, if I'm on a jury, I don't think I could just say go ahead. You know what, it kind of depends. Like, nah, I feel like I'd be the only, I don't know, I would have to be in the situation and have all the facts and all the details to see how I would really feel. Hey, Southern Sass, how are you? I'm good today. Let's see, Miss Dee Dee. Now, you give Dalton too much credit. I know. He should have been checking in on his child regardless. She telling you your kid is sick, COVID. You need to see him in person. He was being evil to the mother. Yeah, because I was like, wait, so he went all this time without talking to him? But I don't need, look, like I told you guys before, he supposedly, allegedly passed away on the 10th. He didn't talk to him until the 21st. So we know for a fact he was not speaking to Samuel. I don't know what child he was speaking to, but he wasn't speaking to Samuel. So that's why I said she's a master manipulator. Whoever or whatever she did to make him believe that he was talking to his son. I mean, hey, what he could have been under something, thought, hey, okay, hi, baby, talking to his son. And the next day he said he heard him playing in the background. So I felt like he didn't know really what was going on until, I believe, by the 27th, probably a little bit before that, he's like, hey, I want to see my son. It's been 2 weeks. It's been over 2 weeks. Because the corona quarantine period is 2 weeks. So she's like, dang, he's asking for him too much. And that's why that's why she had to come up with some story of why he wouldn't be able to see his son. And that's the little concocted story she came up with. Let's see. Hi, Diane. How are you? So today we're just talking about Teresa and her recent charges of receiving capital murder, and if we feel like she will get the death penalty or they'll just go for life in prison. Do we feel like death would be a proper sentence? And just how do you feel about her getting the murder charges sticking to her altogether? Let's see. I think I'm caught up with you guys. Sometimes it goes too fast and I'm not quite sure. I don't think I missed any of that. So let me go ahead and play Tim Miller's and then you guys please toss ones in the chat so that I'll know if you guys can hear or not. Let me turn this up. Where are you at, Tim? And then you guys please toss. Wait a minute. Let me turn that down. Here we go. Let's skip that.
Lord, thank you for being with us.
Wait, no, that's not it.
Is Teresa?
Wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Wrong one. I accidentally clicked on the wrong one. I want the one straight from the news. There we go. Where'd it go? You know what? Give me a quick second, guys. I clicked on the wrong one. I want the one exactly from the news. So, bear with me for a second. I thought that's the one I clicked on, but I clicked on another person's. You know what? I could just go in my library because that's where I originally seen it. And I don't want to play anything from anyone else's channel because you guys know that can get a little crazy. So let me see. Let me go in my library and go straight to the one from the news. Okay. Here we go. Where is it at? Tim Miller. Wait a minute. Am I missing it? Because it's right up in... It's not summer. I believe it's this one. I believe it's this one. Let me check, guys, before I play it. Here it goes.
Filed the death of 5-year-old Samuel Olsen, whose body was discovered weeks ago. Prosecutors say Teresa Balboa, the former girlfriend of Samuel's father, was in the hotel room in Jasper with the boy's body. Janelle Bluter with more on what's next in this case.
It's been over a month since Teresa Balboa was arrested in Jasper County. She was brought here to Harris County Jail 3 days later, and she hasn't left since. Now charged with capital murder, Harris County prosecutors are hoping to keep Teresa Balboa in jail, saying she's responsible for the death of 5-year-old.
Can you guys hear it?
The little boy's body was found in June in a plastic bin inside a Jasper motel room. That's also where they arrested Balboa. The child was reported missing 5 days before he was discovered, and Balboa was the one who reported Samuel missing. But police said there were holes in her story from the beginning.
Interviewed with the news, I told her, I said, Teresa, now you've lied to the entire world.
Helping in the search for Samuel, Texas EquiSearch founder Tim Miller says he suspected Balboa since the beginning. He even told Sam's father she had something to do with it.
I said, this girl right here you're sticking up for has everything to do with it. And that's when she decided she needed to go in Ben's apartment and change clothes.
He believes the pressure he put on Balboa during the search is what forced her to flee with Sam's body.
I know exactly what she did. She went in Ben's apartment and she said, hey, you know what, we got to get out of here. There's too much heat going on. She went in and changed clothes, of course, and then it was shortly after that that she disappeared.
According to the initial autopsy report, Samuel died from homicidal violence with blunt head trauma, and new documents say Balboa struck Sam with a blunt object back in May. 2 others, including Balboa's roommate Benjamin Rivera, were charged with tampering with evidence in Sam's death and have since bonded out. Balboa's next court appearance is July 12th. The DA is asking for no bond on that capital murder charge. Coming up tomorrow, we plan to hear from Samuel's mother.
You guys hear what he said,
with her reaction to
and yeah, so he said he knew from the beginning that she had something to do with it. He sensed it, and then she said she had to go change her clothes and do all these things, and that's why she needed to leave. But she really was calling up Dalen to come help her move the body. But the question still remains is, did Dylan know that he was moving a body, or what did she tell him? Because he went and got her, went to the Walmart. He met her at the Walmart. They went to the storage. From the storage, he went and got her hotel in his name. He said he was going to drop off the tote, but they get there at 3:30. He's in there until 6 a.m. in the morning. Then they see him bringing the tote from the back of the car into the hotel. Now, if he thought her clothes were in there, why didn't he take that out in the beginning? I believe there was a smell, there was an odor, and they wanted to leave the bin outside. And on his way out, then he put it in there. But he knew something wasn't right, and that's why he called Crime Stoppers. So what were you guys doing in that room from 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, and then 6 o'clock? He should have been called. He should have been called. Yes, Mary Martinez says, I'm sure the tote smelled. Yes. From the 10th being in the storage unit. And she was smart. They got the storage unit that it's weather control. So it'll turn on the air condition. It's temperature controlled. So she was smart on that aspect. But that just shows her mindset and how much she was thinking into this. So I'm just like, for that body to be deceased in that bin, I don't care how much you wrap it up. I don't care what scent bombs you throw in there, you're going to have a smell. And him moving that tote, I don't even want to get into it. But you know how bodies, when they're deteriorating, they kind of turn into like slush. He's moving that. Even though it's in plastic bags, that's moving. That's letting out an odor. I believe that's why they left it in the truck. But then, so what were you guys talking about all that time? You smelt that. It has a distinctive smell. And you didn't say, oh, yeah, I'll drop you off. And then got in your truck and left and said, hey, something's not right with her. Because it was on the news. I'm sure he's seen her crying on the news. What did you think was in the bin? There's no excuse. Miss Didi, he knew something when he said the smell of the bin at the storage unit was overwhelming when he loaded it in his truck. Thank you. You cannot mask that scent. You can't mask that scent. I don't care what you try to do. Let's see. Nene says, I believe if the parents start getting mandatory time for leaving kids with neglectful people, they would make better decisions. Yes. Because this is my thing. I don't care who I'm with. I'm not leaving my son with another man that is not his father. You're not married to him. You don't know enough about him. Your son could barely communicate, you know? And I believe that Samuel would have said, hey, I'm telling my dad you're doing this to me. I'm telling my dad. He was 5. He's about to be 6. He just missed his 6th birthday. He can talk. And so she's like, oh, no, you're not. You're not going to break us up. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But who knows? Why else do that to him? Let's see. You Know News says, I'm sure Samuel weighs more than her clothes lies in the bucket. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You picking up this bucket, it's going to be, it's not going to feel like clothes are in there. And when you pick it up, that's going to get juices and things sloshing around. You're going to smell something from this. So he knew from when he said it was an overwhelming smell, and he smelled what he smelled, and it doesn't smell like anything he should have known about in his life. He should have said something then. I would have asked her, what's in here? What is this? I wouldn't even picked it up. What's in here? I would know. I don't know, guys. Mary says they probably discussed how they were going to get rid of the tote. I believe so too. And if they had a discussion about this prior, and they can find conversations, text messages, anything about connecting to Benjamin Rivera or Dalen Walker, if they have any communication and they knew what was in this tote and still went along with it, well, we know Benjamin did, but Dalen, if he had any prior knowledge, he needs it thrown at him as well, as much time as he can get. But you know what his mother is saying? Dalen's mom is saying, well, if it wasn't for him, then you guys wouldn't have known about the baby being there at all. Okay, I get that. But why take that much time to say something? That's my problem. Southern Sass. Southern Sass says, yes, they sure should change the law. So yeah, they should change the law from people just leaving kids. If they can prove that they knew that that person was neglectful and still decided to leave their child with them. Yes, I do believe parents should start getting consequences for it, because it makes no sense. Southern Sass says, you cannot mask or cover up that smell. You cannot mask it. I don't care how many mothballs you put in there. I don't care how much Febreze you spray in there. I don't care. Nothing. It has a distinctive smell that you know, hey, this is human remains. Something is, and if you've never smelled it, you at least knew it was something dead. So you've all smelled a cat, a rat, something. You know the smell of something being dead. So no excuse. LaKendra says, did they wash the body off before putting it in the tote? Girl, I don't know. I didn't get that. I don't know what they did. All I know is, and if they did that, I don't know if they washed it off. All I know is that they wrapped him in multiple black bags, trash bags, duct taped it. After lining the bin with the bags, they put him in, wrapped him in bags, duct taped it, closed it, and sealed it with zip ties. So washing them, I don't know. And if they did that, they're very sick, because that's just too much hands-on with a deceased body. I can't. Southern Sass says, the more you move it around, the worse it gets. Yes, because that's gases and everything that's inside of you. When a body passes away, all your muscles give out. So that's from this way, that way, one and the other. I've heard that dying bodies also let the gases up through their mouth too, so they'll burp and like gases will come out. So both areas. And think about it, everything in your body coming out and just sitting in a closed and tight space, they all knew what was going on, and no one said anything until the pressure got put on them. And to me, that just says a lot. Mary Martinez says, yes, everything shuts down. Your whole body shuts down. Your heart stops beating. Your bowels give out. Everything goes to nothing. There's no life within the body. So yeah, they knew. Miss Didi says, no disrespect, but that was holding. Wait. No disrespect, but that bend was holding dead weight. No disrespect, but that bend was holding dead weight. The tote was holding dead weight. Southern Sass says, sorry, I wasn't trying to be morbid. I'm not either, but I'm just explaining. I'm not trying to, be too detailed, but I'm just kind of explaining. Hey, my content, anything I talk about, it's not for kids anyway, so just saying. Justice. Hey, Justice. Thanks for joining us. Hello. Let's see. There's another video that I wanted to play. I believe it's this one. So this is the one that, if you guys seen my first clip of me saying we're going to talk about this, this is the news clip from that.
And Mia is off tonight. Capital murder charges now filed in the death of little Samuel Olsen. Janelle Bluter joins us live with these very latest developments. Janelle?
Lynn, Teresa Balboa has been in jail since she was arrested in Jasper County more than a month ago on June 1st. Balboa was brought here to Harris County Jail 3 days later, at first only charged with tampering with evidence, namely a corpse. Now she has the additional charge of capital murder. Samuel Olsen's body was found in June in a plastic bin inside a Jasper motel room. The child was reported missing 5 days before he was discovered. Balboa was the one who reported Samuel was missing, but police said there were holes in her story from the beginning. According to the initial autopsy report, Samuel died from homicidal violence with blunt head trauma, and new documents say Sam was struck with a blunt object. 2 others, including Balboa's roommate, were charged with tampering with evidence in Sam's death and have since bonded out. Balboa is currently being held on a $500,000 bond for her tampering with evidence charge. Her next court appearance is July 12th. The DA is asking for no bond on that capital murder charge, but that will be determined at her next court appearance. Now, coming up tomorrow, we will hear from Samuel's mother. She will hold a press conference with her reaction to the new charges, and her family also tells me they're planning a private memorial service for Sam this weekend. Lynn?
So very difficult news for the family. Janelle, thank you. Police are looking.
So, I also will be sharing what they were talking about of Samuel's mom going to do a press conference. Like I said, she said from the first one she did, I will not be doing any more public appearances, any press conferences, anything until my son gets justice. So now that they charged Teresa with the capital murder, now she spoke out. So we will see that one. Let me hop into the chat really quick and make sure I'm not missing anything before I put that one on there. Miss Didi says, I'm talking about the container Samuel was in. Yes, okay. So the bin, that's what I thought. The tote. Teresa, Southern Sass says, Teresa is a evil witch. She is. So I'm going to play. I'm not gonna hold it up the whole time. I'll tell you guys where to find it. It's called Mother of 5-Year-Old Wants Justice, and it's on 2 KPRC News. So this is what the mother had to say in her press conference. Let's see.
Samuel Olsen case are coming from the little boy's mother tonight. Sarah Olsen is giving her thoughts on Teresa Balboa now being charged with capital murder in her son's death. And as Brandon Walker reports tonight, the grieving mother is grateful for progress but says more needs to be done.
It hurts.
How else does a broken heart feel? Begs Sarah Olsen, who today took a breath.
I'm thankful that someone's finally being held accountable for
Show you her
my
face.
son.
That someone is Teresa Balboa, charged with capital murder, accused of killing Samuel, quote, on or about May 12th, 2021, by striking Samuel with a blunt object, according to court documents. The charging document against Balboa doesn't list many other details about how it's alleged Balboa did it. No comment Friday from the Harris County District Attorney's Office on the upgrade. Balboa is due in court Monday.
We just want all those that are responsible to be held accountable.
Including the two men prosecutors say helped Balboa dispose of the 5-year-old's body. Both Ben Rivera and Dylan Walker face a tampering charge after telling investigators about their role in what happened to Samuel.
I'm thankful that they did come forward because without them, who knows? Who knows where my son be?
That gratitude, though, is followed by anger. Sarah Olsen feels her ex-husband, Samuel's father, Dalton Olsen, should be charged too. But why, if prosecutors haven't said Dalton conspired in the boy's death?
He originally kidnapped my son from me, and then he put him in harm's way.
The twists and turns are traumatic, from the custody battle between mom and dad to how Samuel wound up with Balboa. It's heavy.
Living day by day,
Sarah Olsen knows that. Has to live through it, too.
life's hard, and it just got a lot harder.
Sarah Olsen says that the family tomorrow is scheduled to have a private memorial for Samuel. Meantime, I did read...
It just sucks that mothers have to deal with this, you know? I don't think I really had it fully on the screen, but you guys know. You guys can definitely check it out. I'll give you guys where I get information from. Sometimes if it's not like confidential stuff. But it's on Channel 2 News. If you guys want to check it out. Yeah, so how do you guys feel about... I'm happy that was addressed. Because Dalton was saying they weren't married. And like I said, I seen their marriage certificate, so I know they were married. And on here they said his ex-wife. I was like, turn up. Somebody else knows. But yeah, it's just sad to see how everyone gets affected. Like this mother first lost her kid because the dad didn't want to return him. Then not only that, you leave my son with another woman that murders my child? They would have to lock you up, because I would be like, look, either I'm going to make your life a living hell, or you just go and pay for that over there. Because why did you take the child from the mother? You are already getting visits. Why would you do that? What was your ultimate goal out of it? If you obviously really didn't care that much, because I don't care if my kid had COVID or not. I'm going to get COVID because I'm going to be right there with my son. I'll be like, no, I got him. Me and him could stay on quarantine. There's no way that I would not stay with my child under no circumstances. My son, when he would get sick, I'll be right there. Right on my chest. I don't care. I'm willing to do anything to take care of my child. I'm not going to say, oh, he's sick. Okay, I'm going to push him away. No. She couldn't tell me anything to not have me Uber over there if he didn't have a car. I don't care what the circumstance. I would have walked. That's too long to not see your child. I can't go more than a day without talking to my son. And even that is like, they're like, why do you keep calling? Because I just want to make sure he's okay. That's it. I mean, 2 days when he goes to his nana's house, I'm kind of like, okay, you know, is he ready? Like, what's going on? You want to know. So to have this long period of time from the end of April all the way until the 22nd of May, like, I mean, the 27th of May, when you made the police report. So that whole time you didn't see him. I would have been asking questions, and I don't know if that made me go offline. Let me check. Hold on. Let me know if you guys can still see me. Hold on. I forgot to put it on airplane mode. I have to remember that. And it still pops up on here even though I took the app off. But someone called, and this is what happens, guys. I apologize. I'm going to be getting off here in a little bit anyway. I just wanted to put that information out there and let you guys say what you guys feel about it, you know? So if you guys can see me, if I'm back on the live because I received a phone call, so it kind of messed it up. Throw some ones in the chat, y'all. Let me see. Let me look at the comments while I'm waiting for some ones in the chat if you guys can still see me. Okay, I'm pushing the button on here because some of your guys' comments did not pop up, and it's getting a little frustrating. But okay, there we go. I think they're popping up because I have to press show on some of them. Let me see. Did your lights just blink? No. Southern Sass, somebody called my phone, and so it kind of like, I don't know what it does because I can't see on your guys' end, but it'll like shut my computer off of the live, and it'll shut my phone down. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what you guys can see. So I'm gonna have to go back on the live and see what happens. So can you guys see and hear me now? Okay, Southern Sass says yes. Okay, I'm gonna read a few comments and we can just kind of discuss this and then get off of here. The other day, I was on here for almost 4 hours. I was like, it goes by so fast. Talking to you guys is just like having conversations with my friends. So it goes by so quickly. And I was like, oh my God, I was on here almost 4 hours. So we're not going to do that today. I will be back because we're going to be talking about Summer's case because there's a lot of things that I just have questions about. But I got to stick with my boy Samuel. So that's why we're talking about the updates today. Look at him, a mess. Mary says. Mary Martinez also says, poor woman is in so much pain. Yes. See, the mothers have to deal with the decisions that these men just decide to do because they get a new girl in their life and they're like, oh, I'm rocking with her. How about rock with your child first? You don't got to rock with the woman that you dealt with, but rock with your child, okay? Y'all's past relationship shouldn't have anything to do with making sure your child is safe. And if that was to go back with his mom for the time that you needed to do whatever you needed to do at work, whatever the case may be, you don't give him to another woman that's not related to him at all. She doesn't care for him. These guys, they get so brainwashed. It's funny. It's crazy. It's not even funny. It's crazy. Mary also says, I call my daughter every day and my grandmother and my granddaughter and asked how they are because I love them. Yes, you at least want to have that. Even if you're not having a full conversation, you just want to be like, hey, is Jacob okay? Hey, is Ashley okay? Can I talk to him? You hear him in the background. Oh, they playing, okay. But you know your grandkid's voice. You know things like that. You would know if something is wrong. And the Dalton's mom said, we know Teresa got him from school on... guys, you guys know I'm so animated. I'm like trying to think. Hold on. She got him from school the last day of April. So then on the 2nd is when Dalton's mom said she seen him, allegedly. So I'm like, did she really see him that day? And if she did, why didn't she say, I'm taking my grandson? I'm taking him with me. That's just, I don't understand that. But if they're okay with a fiance, and I don't know how long they were together, I just don't feel like he should have been with somebody that's not his immediate family when he had a mother to go back home to and that could have took care of him. LaKendra says, me too. That's why I can't understand. My kids left about a year ago to go swimming and they with their dad, but I've called and I talked to them already. Yeah. Oh, an hour ago. I'm sorry. So she's saying her kids left about an hour ago to go swimming with their dad, and she's been calling, making sure they're okay. That's what mothers do, LaKendra. That's what they do. And fathers should do the same. And I know plenty of fathers that have either taken full custody of their kids or that are there present around their kids. So yeah, you're going to make those phone calls if you're that true parent and really care for your kids. I'm especially going swimming. Are they okay? Do they have a life jacket? Do they got sunscreen? Do they got snacks? Do they got water? I want to know everything. I don't want my child being, dehydrated or not having proper supervision. And swimming is like one of my biggest things. I'm like, you better be there watching every second of them moving in that pool. I don't care. All eyes on the kids. No drinking, no nothing. Southern Sass says, oh, okay, I looked. Oh, okay. I shouldn't read that. Okay. So is that what happens, Southern Sass? Do you just see a blink when that happens? And then do I pop back on or what happens? Let me know because I really want to know. And then... oh, they're having a conversation over there. I don't even know what they're talking about. But anyway, yeah, they're having a conversation in the chat. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to try to hop on here tomorrow, and we're going to discuss some things in the Summer case. I know I haven't been covering that one as in depth as the Samuel case, but we are going to be talking about some things I just find a little, but I sit on the fence and I just watch on both sides because I cannot call it at this point. I know things may feel sketchy, but it could be because of other reasons. So I just kind of want to fill it out, see what you guys think about it. And we'll talk about this tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, so I know you guys all have time. Thanks everybody that came in and had a conversation with me about Samuel. If anything else, comes in with any new updates, I will definitely let all of you guys know. Let me see. Hold on. Some people are saying something in the chat. Justice says, are you in Texas? Am I in Texas? I'm in California, if you're asking me. I'm in California, not in Texas. Miss Didi says, I thought the grandmother said on May 2nd, Dalton came to pick up Samuel from her and he took him to Teresa because no. Dalton hasn't seen him since the last day he took him to school, which was the ending of April. He hasn't seen him since that day. I can go back and double check that, but I believe he hasn't seen him since the last day that he took him to school. Uninu says, good night, Naomi and chatters. Yes. I know it's late for you guys on the East Coast. I'm on the Pacific. So I will talk to you guys later. I'll be on here tomorrow. Don't know what time yet, so I will be putting out a mini little short post and let you guys know when I will be here. Bye.